A young monk once carried a cup of poison for 10 years, not because anyone forced him to, but because he believed letting go meant losing the battle. Most people are doing the same thing today. In a quiet mountain temple in ancient Japan, a student approached an old monk with anger burning inside him. The student bowed and said, "Master, I cannot sleep. Someone betrayed me years ago. Every day I replay it in my mind. I want peace, but I cannot forgive." The old monk nodded gently. Then he handed the student a small wooden cup. Inside the cup was bitter herbal liquid. "Carry this everywhere," the monk said. "Do not spill a single drop." The student obeyed. He carried it while eating, while sweeping, while meditating, even while sleeping. After several days, the student became exhausted. His shoulders tightened, his hands trembled. His thoughts revolved only around protecting the cup. Finally, he returned to the monk and cried, "Master, this burden is ruining my life." The monk calmly asked, "Then why do you continue carrying it?" The student looked confused. "You told me to?" The old monk smiled softly. "No, I only handed it to you once. You chose to keep carrying it." Silence filled the temple, and in that moment, the student understood. Many people think suffering comes from what happened to them, but often, the deepest suffering comes from what they continue holding long after the moment has passed. A harsh word, a betrayal, a humiliation, a failure, a broken relationship. The event itself may have lasted minutes, yet the mind carries it for years. The Japanese monks teach that the mind is like a garden. If you water bitterness every day, you should not be surprised when bitterness grows. But if you stop feeding the wound, something extraordinary happens. The wound begins to lose its power. This does not mean pretending nothing happened. It does not mean weakness. It means refusing to let yesterday control the rest of your life. A samurai once asked a Zen monk, "What is true strength?" The monk replied, "To remain peaceful in a world that constantly invites anger, because anger feels powerful at first. It feels like protection. But eventually, anger becomes a prison disguised as armor. The person who hurt you may have already moved on, yet your mind continues reliving the pain." The monk's teachings remind us, you cannot heal while worshiping the memory of suffering. Sometimes peace begins with a simple decision. I will no longer carry this. Not because they deserved forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. Imagine walking through life carrying heavy stones in your arms. Every insult becomes another stone. Every regret becomes another stone. Eventually, you become too exhausted to enjoy anything beautiful. Then one day, you finally set them down, and suddenly the world feels lighter. The trees move differently. The air feels softer. Your heart has room again. Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself honestly, what pain am I still carrying that no longer serves me? And if your heart is tired, perhaps it is time to set the cup down finally. Subscribe to Gentle Monk Talks for more peaceful wisdom and timeless monk teachings. May your mind become lighter, one thought at a time.